Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Sorcery. And we have just recovered from being poisoned by our own trickery by the witch at the top of the lake, or top of the waterfall, I should say. So let us move on to just outside the village. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is a village of Torapani, slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. Approach. Still, there is no way around it. You will have to go through. Alright, well, fine, I will go through it. Hopefully. You enter the village. There is a definite air of depression hanging over the place. The Svins are going about their business, slowly and miserably, and pay you no heed. You sit yourself down on a tree stump in the very center of the village to consider your options. Find an inn to rest? There are 3 inns in the village, but 2 are closed down, their windows boarded and their thatched roofs rotting through. The third looks a little better, but at least its door is open, and the smell looks little better, I should say, but at least its door is open, and the smell of a well-cooked food drifts out. From a sign by the doorway, it seems that food costs 3 gold pieces, and a bed for the night costs 5. Wow. Wow. And I've got 4. This is not going to work out so well. Because I really need a rest for the night. But the food might help, so I could at least buy the food. So let's go inside. You push open a door and step into the dim interior. A rat scurries over your foot and disappears into a corner. An elderly Svin lady, bent double, stands by the counter, tapping a long curved fingernail on the bar top. "What do you want?" she snaps. "Just a meal." You count out 3 gold pieces, but don't hand them over yet. "What are you cooking?" "Rat broth, and if that's not good enough for you, you can give up your hopes of better." She jerks a fingernail towards a dark back room. "Go through and I'll bring it to you." Okay, go through. You nod and go through into the back room and gratefully put up your weary feet. Jan flits over to perch himself on a window length and meticulously cleans his wings with his fingertips. The meal, when it comes, is nourishing enough, although you've eaten once today already. Once done, you turn to leave. "You are a traveler, then?" the crone calls, before you can leave. "Is that it?" "That's right." You reply. "Don't get many travelers," the woman replies. "Must be tired. Sleep upstairs if you want. For free." That's interesting. Yeah, they're probably going to rob me. Although I only have 1 gold, so I don't know what exactly they would rob me of, except maybe spell books stuff. But, that's very kind. That's very kind. With a last suspicious look at the elderly Svin, you head upstairs to the inn's one empty room. The night closes in and the room has no candles. Then you hear footsteps on the staircase outside. Let's see. I guess take position by the doorway, maybe? You move quickly out of bed and take position behind the doorway, sword at the ready. Footstep after footstep approaches. There are quite a few of them, and by the sound, they're big. The door begins to open. Wait a moment longer. You wait a moment longer, your breath short and shallow, hoping they will not notice that you are waiting. The first Svin enters the room, followed by another, then a third, and a fourth, then a fifth, and a sixth. Before you can move, you are overpowered, the creatures grabbing at your ankles and arms until you are hoisted up. They carry you bodily out of the door, down the stairs, bumping and bruising past a cackling landlady who shrieks, "That's the one! I knew when I saw her!" and out into the cold street. Jan clings onto your shoulder, refusing to be shaken free. Let's say... where are you taking me? The Svinns carrying you give no reply. Then you reach a low hut on the edge of the village. You are set down, carefully. Okay. Captured. The door is slammed and locked. A moment later it reopens, and your possessions are thrown inside. Alright. I guess try to sleep, I guess. Not much else I can do. A few more minutes pass with no more movement. Figuring they will probably now wait until daylight, you put your head down to sleep. Your dreams are filled with gasping hands and long dark nails scratching at your flesh, and however much you toss and turn on the floor, you cannot quite get them out of your mind. Okay, daybreak. Daybreak. You are still alone. An hour passes before you hear any noise outside, and then the door to the hut opens and 5 Svinns come in. They drag you roughly out and across the street to another hut, where an old man with gray hair sits. He is wearing outlandish, colorful robes. "My name, Prosus, Chief." He slaps his chest twice. "I apologize." Then he bows, brushing the dust on the floor with his sleeves. Tell me what you want." He holds up a hand. "First." He waves to a menial who brings in bread and milk. Alright, eat it. Gratefully, you bolt down the meal. It does not seem to be poisoned, and it nourishes you. The bowl is removed, and the chief squats down in a pool of cloth. Jan cowers lower in your own cloak, hoping to go unnoticed. "I have need of you and your strength." Okay. I will help if I can. The chief bows. "I am grateful. My daughter, my child, she is taken, offered to a terrible demon, below." You want me to rescue her? The chief nods. "Succeed, and you may choose your reward. Fail, and..." He shrugs. "Alright, I'll do it." The chief nods. "I hope you will." He gestures to the other Svinns who, still taking no chances, grab you by your arms and haul you to your feet. Okay. Crack in the ground. Oh, this is going to be terrific. You are led along a short pathway through the forest to a crack in the ground. One Svinn has brought a rope and another a basket. They are preparing to lower you down into the pit of the earth itself. All right, take the adventure. You wait until they are ready, then step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. "Watch the darkness," he declares as they start to lower you down. From your shoulder, Jan murmurs, "We're in trouble now." He shivers. "You don't realize you can't use magic with me around, and I'm not going anywhere." You hit the floor with a thud and peer into the darkness. Your eyes can make out nothing, but a slight breeze suggests endless space in all directions. You are blind, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Svinns shouts something down to you. Feel around on the ground. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hand closes on the base of something. You pick it up. It is a dry wood torch. Something else falls from above and strikes you on the head. "Tinderbox," calls the voice. Feel around for the tinderbox. Rubbing the bruise on your head, you reach down and find the tinderbox. Light the torch. You strike a light and the torch blazes into flame. Okay. Let's continue on. You can see now you're in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to the left and right. Through an uneven rockfall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. Listen by the rocks. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is a whimpering coming from the other side of the pile of stones. The Svinn girl, perhaps? She came in this way, but then the cave-in blocked off her path. You'll have to find another way to reach her. Go left. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of approaching threat. But all you can hear is Jan's quiet whimpering. The passageway slopes down a short way, then ends in a T-junction. 2 stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall here. 2 stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall. Examine the stones. There's nothing special about the 2 stones except they happen to be on top of one another. Well, then why mention them? 2 stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall. It ends at a T-junction. Go left, go right. Go right. Here the cave system widens. Pendulous stalactites hang from the ceiling as if about to fall and skewer you into place. You skirt between them, following a thin, safe path until a side passage opens on the left. Go left or go straight on? Go left. You take the left passage. After a few minutes' walk up a shallow incline, you begin to hear something in the distance. A low rumbling. I wonder if that's like a waterfall or something. A low rumbling. Turn and run or wait and see. Yeah, let's turn and run. You turn and run, but not fast enough. The rumbling gets louder and louder until you look over your shoulder to see an enormous boulder rolling speedily down the tunnel towards you. And I can't use magic because of Jan, right? So, I guess, pray to my spirit. You raise a fast and fervent prayer to the lion, your spirit, and feel the peace of the wilderness enter you as the boulder slows and catches, and invisible breaks make it slow. Not enough to stop it coming, but enough to give you a chance. With a final burst of speed, you race down the hallway and jump left, narrowly avoiding the boulder as it crashes loudly and violently into the wall, mere inches from where you were standing. You pick yourself up and dust yourself down. Only then do you realize that Jan has not been so lucky. He was flapping along behind you, and he is no longer by your shoulder. But there is no time to grieve your friend. You must press on. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and a passageway appears on your right. Look at the crystal. The seam seems to be made of pure diamond. There was no doubt in quest of this that these tunnels were carved. But why is no one mining here now? So, let's see. A passageway appears on my right. So, go right. Then you see you take the right-hand tunnel. Then you see a spot of sunlight up ahead and rush forward to find yourself back beneath the crack in the ceiling through which you came. Go straight on. You push on, quite sure you're going in circles. This ground seems to dip. At its lowest point, the tunnel splits. There is a stacked pair of stones here as well. So go left. You slip through the opening in the left wall. The tunnel twists and bends sharply as if carved by a river now long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way is which, except to keep going forward, where the passage you are following finishes at another fork. Another pair of stones are stacked in one corner. Jeez Louise. How do you know what way to go with stones? Go left again. The going is suddenly more difficult, and you realize the tunnel is climbing at quite a sharp gradient. Little stones rattle and roll away downwards into the dark. At the highest point, the path you are creeping through forks again. As you enter, 2 stones roll away down the slope. Go right. You move through the opening in the right wall. The cave floor here is an inch deep in water, dripping from an arched ceiling far above. The droplets that land on you are ice cold and run like sharpened claws down your back. A few strides further on, a crack splits the wall on the right. A single stone sits by the wall. So one stone instead of two stones. So, does that mean go this way, or does that mean don't go this way? Go right. You go right. The path twists and bends and jackknives, and then a crawl space gapes on your left. 2 more stones are stacked against the wall. Oh, jeez Louise. So that 1 stone versus the 2 stones. Why would there be 1 there instead of 2? If I go back there and go straight... Go left. You take the left passage. The tunnel drops down. You've been here before. Then a side passage breathes a gentle wind on the right. A pair of stones sit on top of each other by one wall. Okay, turn back. And go... So it was left, I went, so go right. You turn right, you splash through the water with strip blah blah blah. There's a stone here. Okay, so if I go right this time, you take the right-hand tunnel. The rock in the wall of passage turns from natural stone to something carved and shaped by ancient hands. There is the occasional mark of lettering, now half rubbed away by time, spelling some message of doom. Then the passage ends, quite abruptly, in a sealed door. Ooh, boy. Open it. You push open the door slowly. Then a catch clicks and some ominous rumblings start. Behind you, a wall is rising from the stone floor to seal off your escape. Run for it? You run for the wall, but by the time you reach it, there's only a thin gap at the top. And as you leap to pull yourself through, the gap seals. There's a great splashing sound. You whirl about to see hundreds of gallons of water gushing towards you. You are swept off the ground as the room and corridor fill. You are sure to drown. Try something else. But you are determined to escape. Get ready to swim, I guess. You ready yourself to swim, discarding your bulkier items, but no one in the history of the Shamatani Hills has survived the demon's deluge. You are still desperately thinking as the air leaves the cave and your lungs fill with water. All right. And that was one way to die. So let's go back and rewind. Figured that would be the case at some point there. And with that latest death, that will be the end of this episode. Hopefully we'll be able to find our way through this passageway some other way. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.